Welcome to Wake Up Real Estate Tech Tip Thursday, April 4th.
Just the tip.
Just a tip.
Just a tech tip.
Please like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends in the industry. Share the love, people. If you get value from the show and or from any of the resources that we provide for you, the scripts, templates, etc., at wakeup.realestate, please share, and we would appreciate that. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, Mike. Tech Tip Thursday. Ryan, while we were in the green room, had a great tech tip that we'll share, and we would love to see people implement and then let us know how it goes. Quite honestly, it's not something that we've done, but it's a cool idea. Ryan, with a little April Fool's.
It's
a few days late with our tech or our social post.
So. Yeah, it wasn't meant to be April Fool's. I gotta turn off these notifications. It wasn't meant to be, but yeah, we're close to April Fool's. About a month ago, we did one of these where it was a property type. I think I did Mountain View Homes in St. Pete, Florida. Like it was the reverse of this.
Right.
And it's I'm just gonna call this a troll post, right? But the idea, and it works, like the idea is to get people to very quickly respond in some form of way so that the algorithm feels like they should give the post more attention. Because a lot of these social posts that you see me do, they'll be like crickets. Right? And you're like, why is this thing that's like really interesting, that ChatGPT wrote this big old elaborate thing, why is that not as exciting to somebody as me saying property list of the day, beachfront condos in central Pennsylvania so you can watch the sunset from your balcony every night?
So for those of you geographically challenged, Central PA, there are no beachfront condos. Now there are lots of people in Central PA that own beachfront condos, but those beachfront condos do not, they don't physically exist in Central PA. Where does the link go?
Well, so yeah, I'll show you that. So this is actually my neighbor in Florida across the street who also owns a home in York. You'll like this story. Like we both own two. Yeah, it's hilarious. So he's just like, "What are you doing?" So I'm letting him know. We both do the same thing. He's back and forth. But the link, all right. So we have even more fun with this. So the link just does this. It's just a rickroll, but you could do anything you want with it. If I had taken more time, I could have done a video that's like, just messing with you, But in all seriousness, if you want to buy a house in Central PA, let me know, or wherever it might be. But I just took them to a rickroll.
Or you could go, just kidding. There are no beachfront condos, but we do have some waterfront properties. You can check them out here.
So
any number of ways that you could pivot off of it.
And this will work best. You need to jab hook or whatever with this. Like you need to be doing property lists of the day, and people kind of see you doing that as like your shtick, and Ryan's in real estate, whatever. And then you throw this in the mix, and they're just like,
yeah.
And we're trying to infotain, right, Josh? Infotain.
Definitely. So why don't we do this? Since you're already sharing your screen, before we get into the tech tip, well, go ahead. Charlotte asks, are you posting this with the link on your personal page?
Yeah, I don't even bother with my business pages. I don't know. Those are for
either or both.
Yeah.
There's certainly no harm in doing both, but that was a perfect setup, Charlotte. So thank you, because the tech tip we wanted to share relates to posting on your personal page and then boosting. And so, Ryan, if you pull up my page, I posted, I think Saturday, about a little story about the clients that we settled on last week.
Was this one the self-employed? No.
Keep going,
this one?
Going. Right there.
Yeah.
I posted this, I think Saturday morning, maybe. Just telling the story of these clients. We sold their, I helped them buy a home back in 2020. That's the one on the bottom right. And then they bought a new construction home. That's the one on the left. I just shared that and told the story a little bit. And it got a fair amount of traction, which, there's a takeaway to that, right? Tell stories, client, whatever. And you're not going to just, you don't want that to only.
42 likes. Good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't want that to be the only type of stuff you are posting. But last night I decided, why don't I boost that? I was playing around with the boosting function. I was actually trying to boost the one reel. But I always forget that when you use licensed music, for some reason, then you can't boost it. So anyway, I couldn't boost that. And I was like, well, why don't I boost this? Even if I spend $5 or $10, or I think maybe I chose $15.
You boosted it to your
boost
friends,
it.
to only your friends, or did you boost it to a wider sphere?
I can't remember. I think I chose friends and friends of friends. Or what's the second option? The second option under that.
Yeah, probably like
we'll,
friends and their
we'll maybe
friends.
get into that in a minute, because the tech tip or the idea that Ryan had shared with me in the green room is the idea, and I could have done this post this way, and maybe I should have done the post this way. You can create a post and include a call now button.
Yeah.
So Ryan's idea. Well, Ryan, I don't want to steal your thunder.
No, it's okay.
Go ahead.
Well, look, if I go and post here, you see the phone thing to get calls?
Yep.
So I could give a number, like a Google Voice number that has a recording on it maybe, or if you have like a system for recorded calls, right? And then I can just make an offer. I mean, I could just put my phone number, but I would think that this will work best if we do like, what was talking to my mortgage partner the other day, and he told me about 3 really great low down payment options for first time buyers. If you click the call now, you can listen to a recording of him explaining these programs. I don't know. I'm just going in any direction. It could be I recently learned a really good tip, that can help you make another 5 figures on your home sale, something like that. Some kind of curiosity. And then look, you have the call now thing here. I would need a photo of some, something expressing low down payment right here.
Yep.
And then let me just see, because we were talking about this, but we didn't actually do it. So I'm going to click boost post at the bottom. Post. Okay, it's going to take me to the management portal.
Yep.
I am going to need to do the special ad category for housing. There was a reason I wanted to go into this part, and now it's just escaping me. I mean, that's how you do it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It says call now. What I wanted to see, Josh, is if I can edit the call to action next to the call now, but I don't think it's important, really, as long as you do that call to action in here.
Yeah.
You could also do a video with your photo, right?
Sure.
So the idea here, guys, is that you can create recorded call messages like you see commercials for all the time. This is direct response 101, classic stuff. Like call to get your free 10-page guide, and then they call you and you tell them a little bit of info, and then you tell them to like leave a message with their address or something like that, But when they call, what do you get? Phone number.
A real live phone number.
Yeah.
A working phone number.
Yeah. So this is
you could take it like this and run with the pre-recorded, or you could try something like the post that Ryan pulled up that I had posted last week and just add that to it. And when you boost it, you can choose to boost it to get that activity. So when you choose to boost from your personal profile or from a business page, for that matter, you can choose the objective of the quote unquote boost. You can get link clicks. I think it defaults to like automatic, but you can choose link clicks. So you can boost to get messages. So I could add a send message, right? If I don't want people to call, but I want them to send me a message, I could have that be the alternate action that I'm including there, or I can send them to a page, a link of some kind, right? So there are any number of different ways that you can leverage that and test that. And we've talked about this idea for the last few weeks and maybe even months. Actually, I think we first started talking about this in December, I think is when I realized that you can boost from your personal profile if you have it turned on to professional mode.
Yeah,
right?
let's remind everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, is that up here under setting the privacy?
Yeah, so right? Top right and then settings and privacy, I believe. Or you know what? If you go to the ... actually, that's kind of middle right. No, not in there, but down right there. That's where you can turn it on. You can turn it on and off right there.
Turn off
professional mode, turn on professional mode. If it's the first time you're turning on professional mode, it might ask some questions or something. Like there might be some things that you have to, like a little wizard that you have to go through. But I mean, listen, the reality is we have heard over the years people that, they don't want to use their personal profile for business. And I get that. And if that's how you want to operate, fine. But the reality is the world we live in, the lines have blurred between, that so much that I might as well just embrace the fact that this is what I do. This is part of my life. And
we are our business.
Right. I mean, that is. So, that's the truth of it.
And, let's share another tech tip, Josh, just for those of you who have that objection. We always forget you can do this in Facebook. I forget all the time. But you can post and, only show that post to specific people. So when you, So I, at one point, Josh, I had all my friends, I got lazy with it, but I had a real estate custom list so that if I was posting stuff like related to real estate tech, that my grandma didn't need to be bothered by it. And vice versa. If I had a personal family thing that I didn't want to see my professional contacts to see, I could have my family.
Right. So the easiest one to start with is make a list of your actual friends, because let's face it, many of us have a bunch of friends on Facebook that are actually just professional acquaintances or whatever. But you can make a list of your actual friends, let's say. And if you have, personal things that you want just them to see, you can post in that form or fashion. I'll just tell you what I do. Everything I post is just open,
Oh, I gotta take this guy off. He was, all right. Shane Carroll. Yeah, but you see what I'm doing? You can go through your friends and put them in buckets right here.
Yep.
So.
Okay. Hey, couple of tech tips.
Two tech tips.
Yeah.
Facebook related.
And next week, hopefully for next Thursday, Ryan will likely be sharing a new partner with KV Core. That'll be a great tech tip and strategy for efficiency.
We can show what it is now. It's no big deal. It's you guys have seen Folio app inside. It's what's it called? What's even the URL?
I don't even know. I know of Folio, but I don't know what the actual domain is.
Folio Ametry. Anyway, is it app Folio? I'm gonna get in trouble. Here we go. It's ametree.com, AMITREE. I should know this, but you can actually try this out. Ametree, AMITREE. It's basically transaction management inside of Gmail, and it's pretty cool. And they've got some GPT stuff in there. So we'll call this an abbreviated tech tip on this, and then maybe we'll do a deep dive next Thursday.
There you go. Yeah. So we have that to look forward to next Thursday. Tomorrow is Follow-Up Friday. I will share my weekly email newsletter. I don't think I even mentioned this. I actually sent out an email on Tuesday as well because I had something that I wanted to get out. And I had a piece of content that just made sense for me to send out, and it got me a couple of responses and engagements and people searching. So I'll share that one as well. I'll share two.
You're going to follow up on the ad. Did you do that on the mastermind yesterday?
Perfect. So I did. I did. And so what Ryan is talking about is on yesterday's mastermind, I created a Reels style new construction buyer lead gen ad. mimicking or sort of split testing what Ryan had shared Tuesday and yesterday on the show, a more unbranded version of that's working well right now. So I did set that up and it launched, but I scheduled it to launch at 5 in the morning because it just seems like when you launch new campaigns early in the morning, they tend to perform a little better. So I have very minimal feedback thus far, but I should have some more data tomorrow, at least some better information. I've only spent $3 so far, so it's kind of, it's gotten some reach and some impressions, but nothing to write home about yet. So I'll have some information and updates on that. If you missed yesterday's mastermind and you want to check out the replay, if you go to wakeup.realestate, create your free account. If you don't already have that, it's under there's a tab for those mastermind replay sessions. And, you can check that out there and kind of follow along. And
I was going to show everybody where that was.
Yeah, perfect. So,
here at the top,
under member area, yep, right there. So you get the mastermind.
And then there's a library of mortgage webinar replays as well. That you guys can
exactly. So if you missed this week's cheap hard money info session with Taylor, you can go check that out as well. Alina, you can do either. So she said, do you run those construction ads to a new audience or to retarget audiences? I mean, either. I set it up to a new audience. Just I'm running it to all of Cumberland County. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, it's a really good point. If you're working a specific niche like that, but you go and you have another idea, you can do it either way. So if I'm working a new construction niche hard, but then I go and I run a campaign for seller leads, like, get a list of transactions in the area. There's no reason why I can't retarget my new construction front end people with the other ad. And what you can end up with is one campaign with a bunch of different rotating retargets in it, right?
Yep. One campaign blueprint right there to a T. Yep. The other way you could do the retargeting is you use, we've tested and run ads long enough to know that the niche property style ad, generally speaking, is the best top of funnel as far as engagement and lowest cost per lead. A great retargeting ad for that audience, let's say. So if new construction is what you want to build a niche around, to build a database around, retargeting, I even have a report that I had drafted up with 10 mistakes to avoid when buying a new construction home. Like a report or information like that is wonderful retargeting and follow-up for that matter to help identify the folks that are more bottom of funnel or farther along in the process. Because if they're interested in that, they're probably more motivated than just the ones that want to check out pretty new construction homes, Or like Ryan said, just put them, if you've got one objective, if the objective is instant form opt-ins, just test different ads with different offers or concepts at the ad level and see which one works, and or just let the variety run. Ernest says, I would go by homeowner data of people in an age range and who have smaller homes that recently just had kids, build a custom audience. Yeah, I mean,
if you can get good data,
right?
Yeah. I think we're both coming around to the idea that the algorithm just knows, and it's creepy. It's good. The argument would be like
reality.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, true. Or you put a picture of the bigger new home with the stressed out mom. We had that years ago, with the kids in your creative, and let the algorithm find that mom, unless you have a really good data source.
Well, not even just really good data. The other point in favor of Ernest's idea is if you're going to use the data more than just as a custom audience on Facebook, right? Like if you're going to do other things with the data, send them direct mail, for example, thanks.io. If you're going to scrub the data and send them cold email or text communication, not suggesting either of those, but if you scrub it, there might be a way that you could do that. Like if you're going to use the data in more forms and fashions than just that one application, I would I'd be in favor of that as well. This just illustrates another. This is just another illustration of what and why we all in our little community here can get overwhelmed, which is that there's so many right ways to get to the end result, right?
Yeah.
Which is, building your database and nurturing your database, getting into conversations and converting those conversations into client opportunities. So great stuff. Thanks for sharing, Ernest. And then Alina says, according to Charlie, narrowing the data is just going to increase costs, and we can't beat Facebook in picking the audience. So, right, that's and Charlie is the one campaign blueprint fella. So that's the other side of it, is that anytime you're adding, whether you're using interest targeting or ways to narrow the audience within Facebook, or you're using custom audience, you will see an increase in cost. But it's a sliding scale. And I know Ernest is using, so in favor of Ernest, for example, he's using that data in other ways. Yeah. And then he said, Title Toolbox has been awesome for me. It's been hitting the market in my neighborhood. So I think that's a Texas specific tool. That's the other thing, right? The quality of data is also going to vary, even with the same data source or provider. You're going to see a variance in the quality based upon different market areas, right? Like anyway, we're getting down several rabbit holes here, but tomorrow is Follow-Up Friday, our last show for the week. If you have questions, if you need help, if, for example, you want to deploy the idea that I unpacked in yesterday's Mastermind replay, just reach out and we can explore how we might help you with that. You can go to wakeup.realestate, use the chat widget bottom right, or just email Mike directly, mike@growwithjosh.com, mike@growwithjosh.com. Ryan, as always, thank you, sir. And thank you all for spending some time with us. We hope to see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
See you guys. Thanks.
See ya.